Hello, happy Thursday. It is time for another week of Caitlin's Music City Skinny. Got my sign here, clearly still rocking a very professional looking sign. So I hope that everyone is having a really great start to October. One thing that I've posted about this week is that I've actually joined in on the last 90 days challenge, which is this really awesome challenge from Rachel Hollis and the Hollis Co., the Start Today brand, where basically you take the last 90 days of the year, which I think we're like at 91, or maybe we're actually now like exactly at 90. Yeah, I think we are now because there's technically 92 days. But so you basically, the thought process is if you start running towards the end of the year, by the time you hit 2020, you're already going to be miles ahead of everybody else that says, well, I'll just start my goals on January 1. And then those typically don't last very long. And so, you know, they say that it takes 21 days to create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. So I'm super excited about it. You start every morning with this specific morning routine, and there's things you're focusing on, like moving your body every day for 30 minutes, whether that's like a hardcore exercise or even going for a walk, where you drink half your body weight in water every day. Then you also do your morning gratitude. You eliminate a food group, which is pretty hard for me considering that I typically eat clean as it is, but you know, still working on it. So it's like with those practices, you already start to help set yourself up for more success heading into 2020. So that is something that I am doing, and I've had a couple other people say they want to do it too. So it's just super exciting just to continue to build a community around it. So, and then one last thing before we get into today's topic. Also, this weekend, if you're in Nashville, I am doing an open house in 12 South. It is a fabulous 3-bed, 3-bath home. Like when I say it's in 12 South, like you're literally a block away from actual 12th Avenue. So it's a great location, super cute kitchen. It's kind of hard to believe that you get the street so quiet considering it's, you know, near a lot of the happening spots. So be on the lookout for more posts about the exact address, and I will have that up probably tomorrow morning. So just keep an eye out for that. But today's topic is, how do you know you found the one? So when you're home shopping, it can be really easy. I remember when I was first home shopping, so like 5 or so years ago, it's like you just want to see everything that there is, and you're not like you're on Zillow all the time, just like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. So how do you really narrow things down? Because what you can do is actually give yourself too many options that actually aren't going to be a viable option for you. So how do you pare that down so that you actually can spend your time shopping for homes that actually fit all your criteria? And so once you get it narrowed down, you know, it'll be a lot easier to notice the one. Like I kind of liken it to The Bachelor. You know, they start with like 25 women or 25 men, and they pare it down to like the final few, and then, you know, they pick the one. That's kind of what home shopping is. So what you're going to want to do is you're first going to want to do a deep dive and figure out why. Why are you home shopping? What is your internal motivation for wanting to find a home? So do you want a home with a yard because you've got dogs, like I do? Or are you looking for more space because you're getting ready to expand your family? Are you looking to downsize because now you're an empty nester? It's really diving deep into what your motivation is as to why, so that you know the type of properties you need to be looking at when you start to do your home search. Because believe me, I've done it myself. You start going down like a Zillow rabbit hole and you're just on there forever, and then you want to see all the homes, but they might not all be a match for you. So you're really going to want to figure out what your why is. And then after you do that, you're going to want to create a list of must-haves and of deal breakers. And you've probably seen some of this on HGTV's House Hunters before. So you always see them at the beginning of the episode saying, well, what do you want? And they start saying, well, you know, we want 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, near the beach, all that jazz. So you're going to want to figure out what your absolute must-haves are and what your deal breakers are. So you know, I'll use the dog reference again. So say you've got dogs like I do, and you decide to start looking at homes that maybe don't have a yard. Like, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me. So you're going to want to know, because sometimes you can get swayed and you can think, well, but this house is so pretty. And then you get in the house and then you start to realize the actuality of the situation, and then you're kind of stuck. Or, believe it or not, I have actually seen it where buyers buy, they end up not being happy, and then like 3 months later they're putting their house back on the market so that they can find what it was that they were initially searching for in the first place. So you don't want to be those people, or you want to avoid it if you can. But you know, it happens. Sometimes you get caught up in like the allure of a home. So I get it, but in order to best avoid that, you are going to want to create your must-haves and your deal breakers. And so after you do that, then you really need to envision what kind of lifestyle do you want. And this was not something that I thought about when I was doing my home search several years ago. But it was a crucial piece, and I wish that I had thought of it. So it's going to be, what kind of lifestyle do you want? Do you want to be in a neighborhood where there's a lot of community? Do you want to be close to all the downtown action so that, you know, it doesn't take you very long to get in and out whenever you want to go to a sports game, or you want to hit up a new restaurant, or, you know, go honky-tonking, because that can be fun from time to time too. You're going to really want to figure out, like, what do you want your weekends to look like? Do you want to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in traffic every day, or do you want to be close to the office? Like, these are all like that kind of lifestyle, because at the end of the day, like, you're not going to be able to pick a house up and drop it in another location. No matter how much you love the home, sitting in traffic may not be your favorite thing to do, and then that may wear on you before you know it, you're selling before you thought you would, because it wasn't the lifestyle that you were seeking. So those kinds of things are just going to be really, really important. Like, do you want to be further out so that you don't have to deal with as much traffic? Like, I live in an area in Nashville where there is a ton of traffic, but at the same time, I'm also very, very close to all of the conveniences that I need, like a grocery store, you know, a mall. I can get to downtown super quick. So you got to think about what kind of lifestyle are you ultimately seeking, because again, you can't pick a house up and drop it somewhere else. Like, this isn't the Wizard of Oz. You're not going to be dropping a house somewhere else. So again, when you're going to go do your home search, go ahead, figure out your why. What's your motivation for home searching? Then create your list of must-haves and deal breakers, and then figure out the lifestyle you want. That way, instead of starting, I'm going to go back to my bachelor analogy, instead of starting with like 25 homes on the list, you may go ahead and already have it pared down to like 10 or something, you know, or like your hometown dates, again, with the bachelor. So that way, you're actually going to be able to spend a lot more quality time in those homes, looking and figuring out which one is the one. Because once you get it narrowed down, I've seen it happen multiple times that when the buyers walk in, once we've pared it down to those finals, they know exactly which one is the one that they want to put the offer on. And this way, you're actually being more strategic with your home search, because if you are here in Nashville, even though our market has like slowed a little bit from where it was a couple of years ago, where everything was flying under contract in less than 24 hours, like, Nashville still moves pretty quickly. So you don't want to spend too much time, like too much of your home search time, on homes that aren't going to meet your ultimate criteria. You want to focus on the ones that are, so that you can make a decision quicker, so you don't ultimately risk losing out on the home that you really love. So that is all that I have for you today on Caitlin's Music City Skinny. We made it another week without an Astro interruption. So now he's looking at me like, oh wait, hey mom. So I hope that everyone has a wonderful Thursday. Stay on the lookout. I will be posting more details about my open house tomorrow. And I also have a really fun live coming up earlier next week, where we're going to be talking with a lender about just different criteria to look out for when you're doing a home search. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.